my friend Tich's studio. Here we go. Ready, everyone? Sing along if you know it. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. 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 Oh, I knew it. Whoa, things will change and leaves will fall and it will rain, transformed before your eyes with no time for chasing. Why'd that happen to me? Whoa, you never know just how life is gonna go. So you jump in your boat, row, 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 jump in your boat, row, row, row. Here we go, all together. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. You gotta aim high and go for your pie in the sky. Go ahead, trust yourself. Everything could right itself. It often does. Life's a stream, so go ahead and follow your dream. Jump in your boat and row, row, row. Jump in your boat, row, row, row. Here we go. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. Ah, it's always such a relief when it does happen. Laura Shepherd Show. We're calling it number 138, although I was looking back and I may have skipped number 135. We might have jumped straight from 134 to 136, so you can't trust the numbering system anymore. But we're calling this one 138. And we're here in Coromandel town with my friend Tich, who also goes by the name of Tony, but signs his painting with a TC. And Tony, how are you today?
Pretty good there.
Pretty good.
Yeah, life's going well.
I know, I rolled up this morning and you were already at your painting. So you've been painting every day for how many years?
Painting most days.
Most days, good.
For 21 years.
For 21 years, ever since I've known you, about 20 years.
Yeah.
And
when I was 50, I started painting.
When you were 50?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't start anything that late in life. That's ridiculous. If you haven't started being a painter when you're 4, you'll never be a painter. Now, those of you that have been to my house in both in Virginia and when I moved to Florida will know that I have 3 fabulous Tich paintings that I've carried all over the world. And your paintings are everywhere in the world. Would you say, how many continents would you say your paintings are on?
Hard to say. I don't know how many continents there are.
Yeah, on all of them.
Maybe not Antarctica, but maybe.
Maybe. So, how many of these small paintings you reckon you've painted in your time?
About 3,000 probably.
About 3,000. And you're using, what can we call it, Mayan
Symbols.
iconography? Symbols.
Yeah.
So each of, will you hand me one of those other paintings there just for comparison? Well, we're not comparing. Okay, so now you can see in the bottom corner here, the TC. This is how we recognize Tich paint page. And you give your paintings a name and a date on the back, I notice. And this one is called Heart Center. And now, each are, let's see how we can do this so we can all see. Are each of these symbols, is this 2 symbols or is this like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 symbols?
It's whatever you want, because in 20 years of doing these symbols, I still don't know what one of them means, except that they have a lot of depth and a lot of good feeling, and they're vibrant. Does that do?
Yeah, that does do. And have you copied these symbols from somewhere, or did
Yes,
they just?
these symbols were found carved in stone, carved in stucco, and on pottery, all from the Mayan area. I lived in Guatemala for 3.5 years in the Maya zone, and quite a few years after I left there, I started drawing these symbols.
And did you mean to have them all over the world when you started? Was that your goal, or did that just sort of a byproduct?
No, I've grown into it. But what I'm doing now is what I was doing at the beginning.
And you have, you do make great big paintings.
Yeah.
And where in Guatemala were you staying? There's a funny story about your name.
I was staying near Tich, which is part of my name, Tich Calsaferri.
Calsaferri being your last name.
And Tikal is one of the largest of the Mayan centers, full of huge pyramids, right in the middle of the rainforest. And
wow, look at that.
that is one of my abstract paintings.
So
I do other paintings other than these symbols.
So you would consider this one the big one behind you an abstract painting, and this one more of a symbol painting.
Painting of a symbol.
All right, there you go.
And this is what the Mayans from that era, around 500 to 700 AD, left us behind when they abandoned their sites.
So they abandoned their sites, and what they left us was these symbols.
That's right, and some pyramids and a whole lot of pottery, and a small amount of jade.
Oh, I never heard of jade from there, but why not?
No, jade was big time, big time.
Maybe jade has more power than we've given it credit for. The Mayans had it sitting around.
No, it was a very powerful talisman.
Talisman. And see, and that's the same.
It's New Zealand jade.
New Zealand jade. Wait, we call that, is Punamu the name of the jade or the name of a necklace?
Hand me that rock there.
Yeah.
Punamu is the rock.
Is the rock
That
itself.
is Mayan jade. Mayan artifact from Guatemala.
Look at that. Oh, how exciting. And it is amazing. And that was, I guess, formed into a point at some point in history.
It's probably church.
Church, you think?
Once again, I don't know. It's all very mysterious.
So
What do you believe the Mayans were, what are these symbols about? Or, I mean, why?
They're about a higher dimension that we need to live in.
So,
The Mayans had hundreds of years of high utopian culture. They understood a few more things on a metaphysical plane than us. These are gateways. These are doorways into another dimension.
like a portal.
They are portals. That's exactly what it is.
Hi, Dawn.
And I'm only finding this out
hi,
by
Dawn.
doing more
Yes,
animals.
Dawn, scoot in here, Dawn. We've got Dawn on the side. We love her. She's,
Pop in.
It's all right.
now,
You're
you
fine.
were living in Tikal
Near Tikal.
in Guatemala, but
Yeah.
you weren't a painter.
No, I was a vagrant.
And then how did we become what?
I became fascinated. I met a guy, and in 1 hour he changed my whole life
By
telling me about the
putting
Mayans.
paint back in. He puts paint back in the tubes. Maybe all painters do that. I don't do that.
It's a bit of a science.
Bit of a science to get it back in. Oh, look at that. I'll be jibby jabbed. Did you see that? Excuse me, I interrupted what you were
No,
saying.
it's okay. I've forgotten what we're talking
Well,
about.
you met a man that changed your life.
Okay, yeah, I met a guy. His name was Manuel Soto,
Mm-hmm.
and he was the man. And he talked to me about the Mayans and what it represented, and 90% went out, and the rest went in.
Mm.
And ever since then, I've been a Mayan.
You identify as,
Yeah.
we say you identify as Mayan.
And we all are Mayan, because we're all connected.
Mm-hmm.
So what everything is connected, so we have to do our best.
Mm-hmm. And
I get that positive vibration from the Mayans.
oh,
And maybe many of the other ancient cultures that were around weren't just idiots that killed each other and
more
did whatever.
sophisticated.
Yeah,
than even
I think
before.
that people have been a lot more sophisticated than we can comprehend.
And yeah, I really like the bright colors.
They're my colours mainly.
Yeah, because we don't think of the Mayan stuff as being brightly colored, but they might have been like old Roman statues were brightly colored.
Yeah, I think so. I think you just summed it up. They left a lot behind of these big stone slabs that they carved these symbols into, and I believe they were coloured. And they were around their ceremonial centres. And what we see today is just the remnants of 500, 1500 years later. But I think they painted everything too. I think Tich was all painted.
Brightly colored. Well, it's certainly
Yeah.
brightly colored around there now, so
Yeah, well,
maybe they came. Real quick, let's get Dawn in here. Dawn, scoot, you're going to have
actually, I'll get out for a second.
You want to get out for a second? Are you going to change your water
Yeah.
color? He's have to run off to change his water color. Hi, Dawn.
Hiya.
Look. Dawn of Awesome Possums. You do things with possum skin.
I
And
do.
You came over this morning specifically to do a little repair job or change the date.
From 2023 to anything's possible in 2024.
So for those of you in America, possums here are different. Possums here, there's a possum skin, have a furry tail. Okay, and the first time I saw one of these in the road, people said that's a possum. I said no, it's not. It was a cat. And
Oh,
they said, of
really?
course it was a possum, Lauren. I said, of course not. Did you see its tail? And they said yes. And I had to argue. And we have possums that don't have fur on their tails.
Oh,
and it might be
really?
the difference between a possum and an opossum. Anyways, I'm not a scientist. But these are considered a pest here. Ooh, I think we're getting them wet.
Oh, sorry.
These are considered an invasive species pest that is destroying the native bush.
Oh, so they can destroy a tree overnight,
What?
like a punga.
A punga is a type of sort of palmy type.
Yeah, they can
feathery
eat those leaves. Yeah, they can destroy trees. You'll see trees in the bush. You just see this grey skeleton, and they've just
And they came from where they were brought
Australia. I
over.
think Australia.
They were brought over by Australia for fur trading because their fur is
Beautiful.
so incredibly soft. Okay, Tich, you want to come back, Tich? We'll get you back in, and we're going to crowd you. We're going to just get all over.
You don't want a possum cushion to sit on, don't you?
Oh, show the
I would
possum
love a
cushion.
possum.
Look, he's got a possum cushion to sit
See,
on.
no, you need to put it down.
You know what?
I reckon.
Yesterday I was considering how I was going to have to go out and buy
Oh, there we go.
some cushions. I'm higher now.
There you go. Ah,
Well, now I'm on top.
there you are. And so,
That's better.
what made you go? What made you decide you want to make things out of possums?
Well, this was a pandemic scenario
Okay.
at home, and I got a mentor online, and my husband trapped possums. We had a freezer full of possums that I was about to skin, never got round to it, so we had lots of time. So he taught me and on the YouTube, and and taught myself and through him to skin the possum and tan the hides. And then I had a wee look to see what I had at home, and we had some old wet skin suits.
Oh, those are wetsuits,
So that's-
like a
we had a
wetsuit,
couple
like
of
for
wet-
diving.
Yeah. So then the Coromandel cooler was born.
That is so cool because you're recycling old wetsuits, which I guess are a problem because they
Yes.
get old. I didn't even know you had done. I didn't know you
Yeah,
were
and
that
then
cool.
and then
Dawn.
they hold beer,
They hold beer when you haven't drunk it all.
and it keeps your hands warm and your beer cold.
Oh, it's so incredibly cute. And, wow. Now, are you about to run out of wetsuits now?
No, because we have a recycling area in Coromandel called the Gold Mine. So anything that goes up there anything good is saved. And so yeah, I've got maybe half a dozen wetsuits now. Cost $1, And yeah.
I really like that. What I like is the different colors of the possums. Do you know what makes them different colors?
I thought originally it was what they ate, but it's not nothing to do with that. Just their species
and do dark ones have dark babies?
I'm not sure, probably, but we usually when we do, because they've got little they're marsupials.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, when you're trapping the possum, unfortunately they're in there.
Possum hair in the painting.
No, doesn't matter.
Oh God. And so in the pouch, sorry, Tich, we've
so
ruined it perfectly good.
So usually I've only ever really seen them when they've not got any fur.
Oh, right. So you don't know.
And the dog loves them. They're little snacks.
The dog eats the possum. Yeah, that's shocking to some people.
My dog used to eat.
Yeah, they're good for them. Yeah, and we used to have possum pies in Coromandel in New Zealand.
You mean for people to eat?
To eat, yeah.
And when you say pie, you mean a savory pie, kind of like a tart, I don't know, not like pie.
Yeah, like short crust, like puff pastry on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think anyone makes those anymore. So our possum meat goes to a company called Out of the Wild Pet Foods, and that was another amazing lockdown story. And their company's gone gangbusters, so they supply possum pet food, and their company's grown hugely. They can't get enough possums, so we'll supply them. They need around 2 ton a fortnight to supply their wholesale customers. We require 2 ton per fortnight, and they have now 40 wholesale customers.
Wow.
So the possum industries
Go ahead.
go, and it's
so
so
you
good
get
for your
paid by,
dogs.
do you get paid by the possum?
By weight.
By weight.
Yes.
And does that include the fur and the entrails and the head?
Well, not the head or the claws. They've got super big claws, so they go. And my husband, when he's out trapping, he has a plucker, so he'll pluck them, saves good ones for me, and he plucks the rest. They come off the cold possum because they've been dead overnight, and so he'll harvest in the morning.
Wait, like pluck them off what?
It's a machine, so it's a machine that's got like rubber paddles, and it goes brrr, and you feed the possum in and pull it back out. Feed, and it takes all the fur off.
Oh,
Plucks
okay.
the fur.
So the ones you're sending for dog food are defurred,
Totally.
and the ones you're using still have their fur on and are tanned.
And I then skin them.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was talking to you the other day, and so I have a song that I have playing when I skin them, because it's not the best job, but it's it has to be done. And so I have Elvis playing "Caught in a Trap."
Caught in a trap.
Come on, come. But so then I skin them and I do my thing. But the company that we sell the fur to also takes the plucked possum fur.
Yes.
Because the market for that. And now, back in the day, we were getting $132 a kilo for the fur. But then the market sort of dried up because of the lockdown. Because all of it, we didn't realise, went to China. So that sort of stopped. So there was a massive amount of fur.
So the plucked loose fibers are sent to China to be spun into yarn or
with
woven.
merino wool.
They come
Which
from
we used to do it here.
Yeah.
But yes, it's crazy.
Because it's incredibly warm. Now, I know people who will take a dead possum, chop it in half with an axe, and just throw half the possum at their dog, and the dog eats the whole thing, skin and all. You do that?
They do, yeah.
Gets a bit sick of the fur though.
I know.
And he can eat some of the fur. That's crazy to me.
My dog can catch them.
Your dog will catch them and just eat them. Because it wasn't until I came to New Zealand that I saw people feeding their dogs. Like my friend said, "Oh, I've got to go get some dog food," and she went and bought 10 chicken legs, on sale. And I'm like, my God, this woman's going to fry chicken for her dog. I'm like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard of. And we got home, and she just emptied the raw chicken bits onto a plate, and the dog ate it. I had never in my life seen that. I'm like, oh well, there you go. And I guess raw bones are good for dogs, but
And
cooked
also
bones.
anti-cancer. Yeah, it's really good for the
very good for them.
Well, I think that's why Out of the Wild Pet Foods went so big. Everyone wanted raw.
Is it raw when they sell it?
Yeah.
They sell raw
Minced.
meat.
Yeah.
Minced.
So they put the whole possum through minced, and then they freeze it, and they cut it in accordingly. But they also take wild boar from Coromandel and from all over New Zealand, deer. So everything they do is raw. But they take all game. It's amazing. All the pet food.
Do you need to change colors before you
No.
go? No. Okay, good. Because
This time I'm in for good.
and it's okay.
With
now,
a warm bum.
when you yeah, now that he's got he's surrounded with women draped over him and possums all around.
Possums up my you know what.
Yes. When
That's
you,
good, thank you.
anything's possible. Oh, isn't that sweet? When you start a painting, do you have the whole thing in mind, or do you just start drawing and then what comes?
The symbols are real images that I copy, and I put colour into them. Usually you find them in books about the size of a stamp, and you know with the symbol, and I put it on the page, and then I paint it. But the big paintings are different. They are, I don't know, they just come out of me, you know.
Yeah. They're more abstract and like
they're
art
abstract,
from you rather than and
whereas this, you can say I'm copying these, which is what I'm doing. But everyone's a copyist.
yes. Yeah.
But I'm colouring them. You can't doubt that.
No, you're doing more than that, and how you group them together, right? Because you don't always make the same groups of symbols.
No, I use different symbols. There's thousands and thousands of symbols. I just use a specific group of probably, say, a couple of hundred to express the idea. But every one of these is a powerful image that'll brighten up your life.
Oh, definitely brighten.
They definitely brighten. I know. I have them in
Unbelievable.
my
I look
kitchen.
at it every day.
Oh, here's a big
Wow.
one. Oh, come on, hold that one up for us, Dawn. We got Dawn to. And thank you for running to get that one. Now, this one.
This
Wow.
one is symbols on a bigger painting.
Right. So these are all
Mayan symbols.
Mayan symbols. Look at that. And
I can tell you a little bit about them, but I'm not going to.
I'm
That's for
not.
you to find out.
oh, we have to find out about it. You feel like each of these symbols has a very unique
Vibration.
vibration, and we can all tune into it, or you're
Yeah, no,
special?
everyone. But the more the better. The more the merrier.
You mean the more people tune into it, the
Yeah,
merrier?
yeah, and
Oh, here's one. This one I think of as more of one of your abstract paintings coming up here. And the color palette's slightly different. Look at that. Yeah. Wow. And that's much bigger painting. Oh,
and that's an abstract painting.
the Wiggles. Oh. Do you want to?
Tony can dance.
Tony,
No, I'm not going to dance.
He's not. Tony has.
Tony can't dance.
Tony
because-
can't dance. He refuses. Not he refuses. He can't dance, but he does feel that the symbols, if you tune into them, might inspire movement
Yeah,
or
definitely.
a whole story, and more of a story than you might want to hear, maybe.
More like an encyclopedia than one line.
Yeah, sort of like the Akashic records or something. I made that up. You never said
Well, you
that.
know, this is my one.
Mm-hmm.
Thoth's tablets.
What?
Thoth, you ever heard of Thoth?
Thoth. No.
Well, Thoth he ruled Egypt for 15,000 years.
And I missed
He was
it.
the master of mathematics. He built the Great Pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely built Stonehenge
Mm-hmm.
and many other megalithic
Mm-hmm.
artifacts around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And there is talk that he left these tablets behind.
Mm-hmm.
And these could be Thoth's tablets because the Olmec, who came before the Mayans, appeared out from who knows where, half European, half Egyptian Negroes, and their leader was called Kukulkan or Quetzalcoatl. He was Thoth.
Mm.
He moved out of Egypt when he got the boot out of Egypt, and he went to North America, Central America, and he began civilizing that area.
And so you say 15,000 years as a
Yeah.
being of some sort.
Yeah,
That do
North
we?
Egypt.
I mean, do we? Did some
It's on
people?
some tablets.
It's on the tablets. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's called the Egyptian King Lists.
Oh,
You look them up quite easy.
yeah. Well, there you go.
But for us, we can't really comprehend that a being was alive for that time.
Well, the Bible says humans used to live 400 years or something.
Yeah, well, there you go.
There you go.
The
Can't
Bible
comprehend
tells the
that.
truth now and then.
No, you never know. You never know. How many? It takes what, 2 or 3 layers to get the color good on your
Yeah,
paintings?
yeah. Some colours take more. Some never come right. but I don't really care because I just want to get the image out there.
Mm.
But it's nice that they look nicely painted, you know.
Yeah. Well, the images are so fascinating. Like I say, I have 3 of your paintings, and I've been looking at them, well, the first one for about 18 years, and you know, I never get tired of looking at it. Your eye just jumps around. The different shapes are sort of equal but not quite, and you know, there's a lot of and I don't know whether I'm feeling the depth of the Mayan symbol or just good composition.
They're especially made for today because we need them more than ever. You know, we need everyone to lift out of the bullshit that the planet's in at the moment and get back to a ecological, gardening, you know, social, love thy neighbour, that sort of lifestyle.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? And
yeah, nothing's wrong with it at all.
You feel that by looking at these symbols, you can help.
That helps you.
They will help you get into that place in your heart. Well, I think that's lovely.
A lot of people say thank you to me after they've had a painting for a while.
Because it's so uplifting. I know, I have them all over in my kitchen. They just make me really happy.
And smile every morning.
Yeah, every night. And, all right, so we're back to this possum business.
Oh.
Don't think I'm done talking about these dead possums. So you're making these, come in a little closer, because yes, we have to get real on top of Tich. That's the way it is.
Oh,
you're making these funny things with the leftover with the leftover suit. That's amazing. And cushions. Do you still have a freezer full of possums?
Of possums to skin.
Yeah.
I think I'm collecting dark ones. A chap in Coromandel wants me to make him a king size throw for his bed. So that takes 55 possum skins, and he wanted them as dark as possible. So every time we get a dark one, I'll save it for
and so it's easier to save like the whole animal, or do you skin it and then save the skin?
So I skin it and then roll it really, really tight and put it inside a bread bag or that sort of thing, and then put that in the freezer.
And then you can tan it later.
Yeah, so I'll decide when I'm going to tan. So it takes about a month from start to finish.
No, you can't possibly spend a month doing that. That's ridiculous. You have to do it for a month?
Well, what you do is you salt it. So you make the decision. So right, okay, I've got to go for it. I'm going to start.
And so we have
skinning.
55 of these already.
But I've not done. Oh yes, I'm saving. I've not got 55
no, but
yet.
Would you start tanning? Would you start trying to tan 55 at a time?
No. So I do 12 now at a time.
Okay, 12.
I started off with 4, but now I do 12, and it's quite it's quite a process. Yeah, very physical at the beginning because they're very fatty, and so I have a special scraper. I forgot to bring the scraper, but I've got a scraper, and I have a piece of wood that kind of rests against my leg, and I just scrape and scrape and scrape and scrape all the fat off the skin, and it's really super oily. And then once that's done, as much as I can off, I then cover it in salt, roll it really, really tight, hang it in a pillowcase, and for a week, take it out, then do the same process again, and the dog sits there waiting for the little snacks that comes off the. So you keep going and get as much of the skin off.
So
as
he'll
possible.
eat the salty snacks too.
I have to, the second time, So just sit there, and it's quite dry by then, and that's when it goes into the alum.
Alum
sulfate.
is a
aluminium sulfate.
Yeah, so you can buy alum powder. A lot of people use it in dyeing as a fixative to fix a color.
Oh, really?
So it kind of looks a little bit like baking soda. I'm not saying it is, but it has that. And so you would take.
So I have a bucket, and I have a measure of alum into the bucket of water, and then immerse the skins in there.
Yeah.
Leave that for another week, and then I add chromium.
Oh, look, there's symbols coming out. Are people loving it? There's little hearts going up. People love it. Okay, so then you add chromium.
Chromium, which
thanks
is green.
Thanks for the love. We love the love. Yay, hearts everywhere.
And anything's possible.
And anything's possible. And things are bright and cheery and color. Okay, we're at a bucket of water that has alum and the.
So aluminium and sulfate, and then the chromium's added, which is a green powder, so that turns it green. and I soak that again for another week.
Oh.
Then I wash in aloe vera. I take them out of there after that week,
And
then
is
give
that
them a
water
wash.
toxic? Can you touch that water, or is the chromium
Yeah,
water
no,
bad for you in any way?
No, I touch it.
Okay.
I do
Well,
wear
that's
gloves.
what's happened to her. No.
But yeah, so I no, that's all good. I do use gloves, but that was just my preference, just for the smell.
Yeah.
And then I have another bucket of and
Does it smell really bad by now?
a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But at the beginning, it's
Yeah.
more. The smells actually. That's why I can't eat a possum pie yet.
Yes.
It's the same as squid, because I used to be a commercial fisherman, and I used to cut squid up for bait. I can't eat calamari. But I still love
What a
it.
shame.
I know.
Well, more for us. Look at us.
But anyway, so then I wash it in the aloe vera wool wash, you know, like you'd wash your woolen jumpers in. Wash that and then bring them out, and then I pin them onto boards. So I stretch them out, pin onto boards, and let it dry for another week.
Oh.
Yeah, and then after that process, I have. Oh, did I bring this one's not quite been done yet? So you see, I'm just working this one.
I'll jump out. You can
sorry,
jump
Tony.
in.
And we got to change colors.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely, we
You
do.
need to get your tap in here.
How many possums in this?
That's two.
This is two possums.
Yeah,
Okay.
so use a nice bit.
Look at in this beautiful wool jumpery bit on the
Yeah,
back.
so that's a woolen blanket, New Zealand woolen blanket
Oh
from the
my God.
bazaar.
Yes. Oh, we have to talk
Our
about
bazaar.
the bazaar.
Oh, we love the
Wait,
bazaar.
okay, we're going to talk about the bazaar. And then we're going to talk about this. The bazaar, I saw you on Friday. She says it's her happy day. She goes to the bazaar, which is our local
happy
secondhand store, and you like the children's section. Of
I've been put in charge of the children's department.
Ooh, you saw some pictures.
Doesn't it look amazing?
A volunteer. Look, people, go if you love the bazaar. Go down there and help them sort some clothes or do something. Wash.
We need some volunteers on a Wednesday. We're quite short on a Wednesday.
And
anyone's got some
is
spare
an
time.
hour enough?
Yes, whatever. I think 10 till 2 is what I do, but I usually stay till 4.
Okay.
Or go in at 9.
And so they do need, because they have many things donated that are in different states of repair and cleanliness, and you guys were cleaning children's books.
Yes.
When I walked in here, because they didn't look that dirty to me, but it was really nice to see people with wiping them down and getting them all shiny and clean, and people really care. But the more volunteers there are, the more they can sort through the clothes and get them out, because they have, unfortunately, sheds full of donated items that need attention. So,
well, we go through everything. Glenda is amazing, and so she'll keep things for the season.
yay, thank you,
Glenda's awesome. Her vision is she's fantastic. So because you're donating things, they don't automatically go out. She'll keep Christmas things aside. She'll keep winter clothes and summer clothes are separated. Seasons, Halloween, everything. It's just she runs it so well.
And it's a lot of hours, volunteer hours, and so I recommend volunteering for somewhere. Even if you belong to the train club, you might want to be the treasurer of the train club, or volunteers. What made you go down there and volunteer, Dawn?
Well, I usually go down there every day. Anyway,
Because it's so
you're
fun.
there every day, and the treasures that you can find is just amazing. And then you can meet everyone, you have a bit chit chat. So yes, I am.
But what made you go over the edge to actually become a volunteer? Wasn't it kind of scary? You walk in and go, I want to help, or do you have to fill out a form?
No, well, the thing is, they posted on Facebook saying we're desperate for volunteers on a Wednesday and a Friday, and I thought, well, I work in Naughty Bean Coffee on a Monday, Tuesday, and so I've got a Friday. I'll do Friday. So I went and I said, Glenda, I'm here. Put me wherever you need me, and what do you need? And so she was like, great. So that's how it started.
Ah.
And it's my happy place.
And did you feel awkward going in there and offering to volunteer?
No. Not at all.
They received you nicely, and
Oh gosh.
so grateful.
It's honestly, there's a sitcom waiting to happen.
Oh, absolutely.
In the bazaar.
Oh, for
Behind
sure.
the scenes.
Oh, so many fun stories.
Honestly, the stories. And then, of course, because I'm gardening and we're working on the land. We've bought some more land at the moment, and so you find if you're not, don't put yourself out. I don't go to the pub, and you need to meet people, and you can't be isolated. So that's my Friday, is where there's no pressure. You can meet your friends and everyone that you've not seen. I hadn't seen Debs for a while, and just catch up with people, and there's no pressure to do it. Everything's great. There's no hard sell. You don't have to do the books. You don't have to order the right product.
No.
There's none of that. It's all the good stuff.
Yeah, it's so fun. Okay, well, thank you for volunteering. And I recommend volunteering to other people. It's like so many things are run out of volunteer, and it's like, and it feeds the soul. It feeds the soul.
That's
Speaking
so
of
true.
feed the soul, grab that little flower there in front of you, Dawn. That one. That's a gift for you. I made it myself. Somebody taught me how to do that, and so I just wanted to give you that as a little gift for your time. Isn't that cute?
Thank you.
Because it's like made out of local flax. And so back to this scraping of possum hides. Now that we've done our plug for the bazaar, we need to invite the bazaar on this show.
Oh, for
It's
sure,
so good.
Glenda would
She'd be so good.
So when you get to a point, I've brought some that I'm not quite finished working on, so you'll see how that's still got bits that need to come off. So what I do is I have a post outside.
A post?
A post, so it's a post about so high, and you put your possum over the top of the post, and you
like that.
like
and
so
that,
hard.
and that softens it.
And the oils, so then this all comes off, it gets smoother and smoother, and the oils go up and through and into the fur, and it gets furrier. When you start working on it, you've still got it's very stiff and quite tacky. So that just works it through, and you just do that. It's quite meditative.
No, that's quite a lot of labor.
So that's a month, pretty much
What a
from start to
product.
finish.
What a product.
When you're
What a
done.
great product.
I love it, and warm.
Yeah,
Is your bum warm?
yeah.
He's so comfy. Look at him.
There you go. And it's filled with, so I got a cushion from the bazaar, and so it's feathers. I stuffed with feathers from some pillow pieces from the pillows from the bazaars.
Yeah.
Nice and soft.
Nice and soft. And completely made out of sort of, so you're not really trying to go into business doing this.
No,
I mean,
not
people,
really.
you have, what is this cute little the awesome possum, that little square that you just, where can we get these cute little possum sayings?
You can't. I just made it for friends for Christmas last year.
Oh, you have to be special.
So yeah,
And
there's only a few around.
Forget it. You can't have one. So, and if I want,
I will make you one.
no, that's okay. I'm just checking for others, because. And if somebody wants a bedspread or a cozy, could they come and they beg you and they offer you like big money?
Yeah, well,
Or do you
what
have to be
happened-
family?
Well, no, this chap, so he was selling some chairs, and they were hairdresser chairs. He'd had them on his deck, and they're really cool, and they've got the hydraulics and it pumps up. My daughter's a hairdresser.
That lights up there.
And I was like,
What colour were they?
black, but they can unzip. So I got 3, so I went, and how much would you like for them? And he said, not sure, make me an offer. He says, I'm coming down from Kuatunu. Where are you? So I said, come into Dalla. So he came into my place, and I was outside. I'd been outside working on the fur, and he was like, oh, do you have possum? I said, yes. So I traded 2 possum cushions for 3 chairs. So that's how that started.
Love it.
And then he asked me if I would make him a bedspread. So that's how that came about. So it just takes a long time to gather the fur. So he wants it dark.
and to do it. So you're
And
not
to
going
do
to.
it.
You can go buy one cheaper at the warehouse, but
But
you
not
have
possum.
to-
No.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, there's
So it's
thousands of
hard.
dollars when you see them online.
Well, yes.
But you can
I hope-
understand, right?
Yeah, I hope you get. I hope you get paid. Whatever she charges you, people pay her double.
We do
And-
trade. Trading's better.
Trading's better.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So some of these for some beer.
oh.
Coromandel cooler.
Yes, Coromandel cooler.
That's
for some
happened.
beer,
Yes, and
yes.
a few. It's mostly that. I
Yeah.
prefer that.
Right, because like you say, you're not trying to become a possum business. I mean, I guess the business is trapping and selling the meat.
Correct. So this is a byproduct that I just enjoy doing. So and it was amazing that happened, and we had all that time in our hands, and suddenly
Barter is the future.
it is 100%.
Yeah.
And I think because we live in this community, you were talking earlier, community is what we need to remember. We are social, and we need to connect with each other. And we did a lot of bartering in Coromandel in the lockdown. We traded meat. We have sheep, so we'd killed a couple of sheep, so we traded sheep for some crayfish and all that, and leaving it at the gate, and mussels and oysters, and we've got all the resources here. And so that's
Yeah, and actually remembering that when you have something and you're rich in it, that somebody else might not have something. So sharing
so
and
much
trading, and people think barter is a bit difficult because if I have 17 cucumbers and I want your tractor, I can't trade 17 cucumbers for a tractor, but you can sort of work it out. You sort of figure, well, you give me some cucumbers this year, and when your pumpkins come in, and then
or help me dig the garden,
or I think that a lot of times it ends up being, I don't know, like the word cheaper is not, but better, because you're bartering what you have plenty
you get
of.
the goods.
And I think barter sounds like quite a harsh word. You're not you're actually just chatting, swapping,
and sharing.
Sharing's caring.
Yeah.
But yes, so this is a new project that I'm doing at the moment too. We're going into bananas, so it's cool bananas, Coromandel.
Cool bananas.
So I'm starting growing. I've been growing bananas, but I'm going to do a lot on a larger scale. So that's my next. The future is
yellow. The future is yellow.
It
Look
is.
at that. As we paint yellow.
As he paints yellow.
Ice cream.
Can we make banana ice cream?
Yes.
Yeah.
Smoothies?
Ice cream.
Yeah. And then again, that trading comes in.
So the trading might be you might trade a whole rack of bananas for some more beer.
Or some coffee.
Or some coffee.
Bananas are really good for chips before they go yellow.
Oh, use the bananas to make chips.
Yeah, like chips. They make the most beautiful chips.
Oh, do they?
When they're kind of
dehydrated or?
No, just ordinary bananas that are green.
Oh.
Green bananas.
Okay.
And then you cut them up into chips and then what?
And fry them up.
Fry. Oh, you mean chips like French fries, not chips like potato chips.
Yeah.
Where I'm from, we don't call French fries chips. Chips comes in a bag.
We don't have French fries here since the Rainbow Warrior.
I know they try to kill the French fry too in the States for some reason. Call it something else. Freedom. They turned them into freedom fries during.
Is that right?
Yeah, but I can't remember what was the one that set everybody off.
It's not funny. The future is yellow.
Oh my God.
The future is yellow.
The future is yellow.
Well, I had a big bunch of bananas the other day. I should have brought some round for you, but I've got a huge.
Everybody got bananas.
Well, my daughter was here, so we just sat. We peeled them and chopped them and did them into the little bags. Chopped them minus the skin because they were ripe, and they were all ripe at the same time. And then I froze them, so each bag is the right amount for my smoothies.
Oh, that's good. And the thing is that I've been hearing about the banana skins have all the really good stuff.
Potassium,
and that we shouldn't be peeling them, and then also using the skins as fertilizer. Soaking the skins, and then because it has the potassium. I take mine and I just freeze the whole banana, skin and all, and then I take it out of the freezer and run it under cold water just for a second. And then I take a peeler, and you can peel off most of the skin. I mean, a lot of the skin, but not all of it. And it works really well, and I don't have to I don't have to pre-cut them up or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't have that many of them. I'm not making bags. But so when you get your banana skins, folks, they're very good for plants. People.
Yeah, they are.
I always throw my banana skins directly on my potted plants outside. Just plant, or what you all call plant pots. Pot plants. You guys call them pot plants. First time I was here, somebody said, go around back and bring the pot plants. I'm like, you guys are growing weed around where you guys where I come from. And so when I got back there was no, it was just normal.
It's Coromandel Gold, it's called.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, oh my goodness. All right. What else do I...
The future is yellow.
We're just cracking ourselves up. Tich, do you have anything else you want to share with the world?
You'll have to get it out of me.
Okay. My question to you was, when you started painting, did you start with like a brand new set of paints and a brand new canvas, or what did you have when you first started painting it?
I was in the loony bin, and I had nothing to do. And they had art day.
They had art day.
And I went to art day. And at the end of art day, there were 10 people there, and they had a pile of art about that high, and my pile was that high.
Is that right?
And what?
And then my friend Geeti, the artist, came to visit me, and she said, "This stuff's incredible."
And you started right away doing this type of symbol stuff?
Yeah.
And
Did you?
No, I started working with their symbols, yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
And bright colors from the
Yeah,
beginning?
right from the beginning.
Yeah. Wow.
I can show you a book with the whole of my early work.
Okay, let's see it.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I've got a problem here.
Oh my goodness. Look at this. So, so you were just sort of bored, and you were given some paints and
This is
off
no
you
good
went.
because we have to turn the other way around.
Yes, we are. So this is some posters you did for.
Yeah, a poster for a rock and roll band.
Yep. And this is one of your sort of
Yeah.
abstract paintings.
Actually, I think the best idea is not to look in here, but this
Okay.
just shows you if you go through.
Oh, and you paint
Oh, wow.
rocks.
Yeah, I paint.
He
Have you seen
paints
my
Big
my
heavy
paint rock?
rocks. They're beautiful. And you paint.
Want to bring a rock through?
We'll get a rock. We have people running left and
See,
right.
these are all.
So you have pictures of all?
No, I only have a small amount. Like 700.
Let's show that rock. Where do we get that rock from? Anywhere, but they can hold
Tux
the door
Bay.
open. Oh, it came from
Wow.
Tux Bay.
All the good rocks from Tux Bay I stole
Oh, wow!
and painted them.
Look at this thing.
That's awesome.
Oh, and you like to go buy real sort of fresh paint from the store. Some people really use recycled paint. You know, they go to the gold mine or whatever and get like sort of old paint. I'm often shocked at what people consider paint. You know, like it's all lumpy and they mix it all together and gyrate it up, and next thing you know, they're painting a building seems to work. Whereas I get all freaky about if it's all clumpy. But you use.
I buy paint,
You buy
that's
paint.
good artist paint, and it would cost me $300 a year.
Yeah.
So really, a
Yeah.
tube lasts a year.
Yeah, especially because I see the way you feed it back in, and I love the way that this basket has sort of cracked, but yet
That was my grandmother's knitting basket.
yeah,
Oh, really?
and the way it fits your paint so beautifully, it's amazing to me. Wow, Isn't
That's
that
a work
beautiful?
of art.
That's a work of art. That's a photograph in itself.
So it is.
And oftentimes there's old palettes of his that are laying around, and he's always, putting more and more paint. Oh, here's an old palette of his.
No way!
Yes, isn't that to make you crazy? She,
Oh, I love it.
look, hold that right up so we can. Oh, it's heavy. Oh, look at that thing. Now this is how many
Absolutely.
years you reckon he had this palette? Do we know? We'll have to ask him. But that thing is heavy. I reckon it's
That's
way more or less than
super.
the rock.
It's
About the same. Yeah. Interesting, eh? I love things like this. It's this inadvertent art or amazing thing created just by. Do you know how many years of
That's
painting?
amazing to me.
8 years.
Only
8.5 years.
8.5 years.
There's another one over there.
There's another
By
one.
doorway.
8.5 years, and we get. I
Oh
think
no,
that,
that's it. It's here. Here's the other one. One behind you too.
okay, well, we'll grab that one.
That's
for
crazy.
fun.
That's super.
Oh, and you have
This is
to-
my secret bank account.
Yes, look at this. Another one.
One day when I'm well known, these two will take me to Switzerland for 3 weeks holiday.
Okay, he's willing to
With
trade
my
you.
naughty girls.
He's willing to trade you the 2 pallets for bartering for a trip to Switzerland with 2 naughty girls.
Three.
3 naughty girls. You get 2 pallets. He gets a trip to Switzerland with 3 naughty girls. And this is the way barter works. only the nicest naughty girls. People like us. We are so, and it's, I love the way the top of your table is beautiful. All right, kids, we're getting towards the end of all this show. And I am just so incredibly blessed that I'm here and that these people have come and that now they've wandered off. The show must be getting close to over. There we go. We could sing a song on the way out. And look, I'm going to take Tich's chair and sing a song. Okay. This is a traditional ending song. It's called Carry My Rain in a Bushel Basket. A bushel basket is kind of like a kete with lots of holes in it. You carry heavy things. And there. Oh, she wants to move around. Oh, she's going crazy, but you got 2 cameras to look at. Don't jump freight trains when they roll by. Don't like the blues, I'll tell you why. I go downtown when I want to smoke. Ooh, I'm treating life like a joke. I won't go sitting in my neighbor's yard. Here's one. He's been working mighty hard. I go downtown, but I don't wear shoes. Oh Lord, we don't sing the blues. Carry my rain in a bushel basket. Carry the sunshine too. Carry my rain in a bushel basket. Let the sunshine through. Won't get cross if you smile at me, and I'll throw my troubles out to sea. I don't wear black or need a heart attack, cause we can be happy, how about that? I don't think much about what could go wrong. Possum eating dogs. Woo! Yeah, we got some beautiful stuff. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry the sunshine too. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, let the sunshine through. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry my rain in a bushel basket, let the sunshine through. What is up there? Don't see Saturn when I look at the stars, but I know it's out there, so's Mars. I don't think much about the evening news. Oh Lord, we don't sing the blues. I don't like ham, but I do like toast, and I certainly don't care who you hate the most. I don't care how it's always been done. Woo! You can get in, but still have fun.